The Mouse King is the villain of Nutcracker. He's the one that comes and disturbs the incredible journey that Clara's been taken on by the Nutcracker doll and 𝗕𝗓𝗓𝗧. 𝗕𝗓𝗓𝗧 transforms her dreams into reality. And the Mouse King is the villain that comes in and tries to destroy that and is possibly unsuccessful, but I don't want to give too much away. So I've got an image of what the Mouse King does in his spare time. And I think he's got like a cheese fondue on the go. You know, he's just dipping in bits of bread in his cheese fondue, and he's got all of his other mouse around him. And then occasionally he looks down and sees Clara through a crack in the ceiling or in the wall and gets really frustrated that he can't be in that place. I think he's quite a lonely character. You never see him with anyone else apart from his soldiers, but he never really interacts with them. He's always on his own, so I think he's quite a lonely character. Maybe he just wants a friend. I think my favourite part has to be when a cannon goes off and we're expecting this huge explosion and the cannonball just like falls out the end of the cannon and sort of like rolls along the floor. And we pick it up and then we give our hand to Clara and she comes over and you go, kiss it, kiss it. And then you pull it away at the last minute so she doesn't have anything to kiss and sort of scare her off. And then off you go and leave the stage. I think for me, that's brilliant, a brilliant moment. I think in general, just being the Mouse King is fantastic fun. You interact with all the principals, you always get a few boos at the end, which is nice. You know you've done a good show if you get a boo. I think the hardest part of playing the Mouse King is the physicality of it, because a mouse is constantly moving. And when we started creating the character, I spent a lot of time looking at how mice move, and my interpretation of that movement was the energy within a mouse's body. So a mouse is always going, and then it freezes like, did you see me? No. And then it darts off again. You never see a mouse sort of like casually coming into a room, sort of having a look around. If you'd mic'd up me within the show, you'd hear all of the mouse noises, because for me, I can't make the physicality happen without the you know, so I'm constantly making sounds and movements that reflect what I want the audience to see and feel within the character. Also, we have a huge mask, so the physicality has to be almost 2 or 3 times bigger than what a natural physicality would be of any movement. So there's all of that sort of movements that happen that you may never see. You know, you may never see, but you're doing it fully within a really hot, padded costume. I mean, we have gloves that come up to our elbows. We have a scarf on underneath because you don't want to show skin, so they have the mouse's skin on a scarf, as well as obviously the mask, and then a padded body, padded legs, tights, and all-in-one underneath, and then boots. So it's incredibly hot inside the costume, but it's fantastic fun. I see Clara's house as a really warm, comforting place to be, that's lived in, full of love, full of exploration and intrigue and excitement. I think the Mouse King sits up there on his throne with his cheese fondue on the go, looking down and just sending out his minions to pick up all those incredible bits of food that fall on the floor, the lavish parties that they have. And I think it's an incredible environment for a mouse to be in. I think it would be a very beautiful home, a very loving home. And I think the Mouse King is just taking advantage of that a bit. I hope an audience comes in and sees the joy and the love and feels Christmas, because Christmas isn't the same without Nutcracker.